Hi, I'm Kevin Kuchenbecker, the Historic Preservation Officer for the City of Deadwood, and we're here again with a moment in Deadwood's history. We're standing here above the grave sites of Wild Bill Hickok, James Butler Hickok, and Calamity Jane, two of the American West's legends, buried right here at Mount Moriah Cemetery. Mount Moriah Cemetery was started in 1878. Whereas Wild Bill was shot August 2nd, 1876, and was buried in the original cemetery just down from this spot and moved up here in 1879. Other legends and heroes of Deadwood include people like Seth Bullock, the first sheriff of Deadwood, and also Preacher Smith, who was killed in August of 1876 on his way to Crook City to give a sermon. And, was it highwaymen, was it Native Americans or American Indians that took his life? But we really don't know yet all the story there. But we also have madams, such as Dora DeFran, which was one of the madams in Deadwood. And of course, the previous videos we talked about our brothels on Main Street and what's upcoming with Deadwood history and brothel tours. This is one of two cemeteries we have that are historic cemeteries. The other one is St. Ambrose, and we'll visit that at a future moment in Deadwood's history. In the background, you hear a little thunder. So it's been a rainy season this spring and summer. We had visitors in the cemetery this afternoon with bighorn sheep. So we encourage you to come up here and visit the grave sites of these Western legends. It's a beautiful setting, and we try to keep it up. We're doing lots of improvements, so as you come through, you'll see a lot of workers working on trees. We're doing tree trimming, we're doing landscaping and those things. So beyond the history, we're also taking care of it and preserving that. Many years ago, actually it was about 2005, we did a multi-million-dollar restoration of this cemetery with the walls, the retaining walls, straightening the gravestones. There's about 3,600 individuals buried here. And if you start counting the gravestones, you won't get to that number, because there's a lot of them in unmarked graves, or those graves that were marked with wooden headstones that have disappeared over time. Some of them were just temporary signs in our potter's fields. There's a mass burial from Brownsville, a big fire out there. And then there's a lot of children's graves, which is very sad to see all the deaths of young infants in our mining camp's early history. 1918, we had the influenza come through and take a lot of our early pioneers' children. So, we encourage you to come up here and visit the cemetery. We also encourage you to visit our museums, fantastic world-class museums such as the Adams House, which is a historic Victorian home, the Adams Museum, which is the first museum in the Black Hills, an original museum built in 1929, 1930. And then our most recent addition is the Days of 76 Museum. We also have the Broken Boot Gold Mine, shootouts on Main Street, and the Deadwood Stagecoach. So there's lots to do. This cemetery gets about 80,000 visitors a year. We hope you're one of them. And that's Kevin Kuchenbecker, and that's a wrap.